Welcome to my channel. This is Magic Hecate. Take a trip down memory lane. From classic cars to pop culture, test your knowledge and relive the golden days of retro entertainment and tech. Tips. You have to answer 27 questions. You get 10 seconds for each one. Let's get started. Which car brand introduced the iconic Mustang in 1964? The Ford Mustang is a series of American automobiles manufactured by Ford. In continuous production since 1964, the Mustang is currently the longest produced Ford car nameplate. Which British band released the iconic album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in 1967? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is the 8th studio album by the English rock band, The Beatles, released on 26 May, 1967. In which 1977 movie did John Travolta famously dance to disco music? Saturday Night Fever is a 1977 American dance drama film starring John Travolta. What toy, introduced in the 1970s, became a massive fad and is still popular today as a puzzle? Rubik's Cube is the correct answer. Which team won the first Super Bowl in 1967? The Green Bay Packers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10 on January 1967 in the first AFL-NFL World Championship game. What breakthrough product did Sony introduce in 1979 that changed the way people listen to music on the go? Walkman is the correct answer. Which actor famously said, "Here's Johnny," in the 1980 film The Shining? The correct answer is Jack Nicholson. What significant event took place at Kent State University in 1970, resulting in nationwide protests? It was anti-Vietnam War protest shooting. 4 Kent State University students were killed, and 9 were injured on May 4, 1970. What safety feature did Volvo introduce to the world in 1959 that became standard in the 60s? The modern 3-point safety belt was perfected by Volvo engineer Niels Bohlin in 1959, and its patent given for free to the world. The invention has been credited with saving at least 1 million lives worldwide. Which actor portrayed the character Dirty Harry in the 1970s film series? Clint Eastwood plays the title role. Which famous athlete set the long jump world record at the 1968 Mexico City Olympics, a record that stood for over 2 decades? Bob Beamon is the correct one. The 1973 oil crisis led to the rise of which smaller, fuel-efficient car model in the U.S.? Oil crises brought a jump in gas prices and a surge in small car sales in the 1970s. Japanese automaker Honda was well positioned to meet the demand. Its compact Civic managed 40 miles per gallon on the highway. Which album by Fleetwood Mac, released in 1977, became one of the best-selling albums of all time? Rumours is the 11th studio album by the British-American rock band Fleetwood Mac, released on 4 February 1977. Who was known as the Queen of Soul topping charts with hits like Respect and Think. Aretha Franklin was the voice and face of a new genre of American popular music, soul music. Which professional tennis player dominated women's tennis during the 1970s, winning 18 Grand Slam singles titles? Chris Evert is the correct one. Which 70s band became famous for the song Stairway to Heaven? Stairway to Heaven is a song by the English rock band Led Zeppelin, released on August 11, 1971. Which groundbreaking video game, released in 1972, is widely considered the first commercially successful arcade game? Pong, groundbreaking electronic game released in 1972 by the American game manufacturer Atari Inc. One of the earliest video games, Pong became wildly popular and helped launch the video game industry. Who broke the 715 home run record previously held by Babe Ruth in 1974? The correct answer is Hank Aaron. Which major U.S. landmark was completed in 1965, standing as a symbol of exploration and space travel? Gateway Arch is the correct answer. What science fiction TV series, originally aired in the 1960s, featured Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock? Star Trek is the correct one. Which tech company released the first commercially available personal computer, the Altair 8800, in 1975? The correct answer is MITS. Which American car brand was known for its Trans Am performance model in the 1970s? Pontiac is the correct answer. Which political figure visited China in 1972, opening diplomatic relations between the U.S. and China? From February 21st to 28th, 1972, United States President Richard Nixon visited China in the culmination of his administration's efforts to establish relations with China. Which communication satellite, launched in 1962, made the first live television broadcasts across the Atlantic possible? The correct answer is Telstar. In the 1960s, which environmental book by Rachel Carson led to the modern environmental movement? Carson and her book Silent Spring are frequently cited as the catalysts that inspired the environmental movement that began in the 1960s and which gained national and international momentum by the 1970s. Which famous boxing match in 1971 was dubbed the Fight of the Century? The correct answer is Ali vs. Frazier. In 1970, which muscle car was famous for its Hemi engine? The correct answer is Dodge Charger. How many correct answers did you get? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting tests and to de-stress yourself.